Hello and welcome once again, fellow gaming fans. This is Small Archangel. Thank you for joining me for this episode of Rising World Medieval Build. We're going to be taking a bit of a break from building today, just to do something a little bit different in the light of the recent, or relatively recent update, which added the ability to add NPCs to our world. I thought we would do exactly that, just to enliven the place a tad and make it, bring it to life a little bit. We've got a fair few shops now. We've got our smithy, we've got our carpenters, we've got our market stalls, of course, and we've got our new shops, which I will show in just a moment, that I have actually finished with as well. They are pretty much decorated throughout now, so that's great. And of course we've got our farm over there somewhere, so we could just make this place look a little bit less lonely by sticking some NPCs around the place. I'm not sure quite how well this is going to go, because it could be difficult to get the NPCs to go exactly where you want them to be, but we're going to give it a try anywho. So first thing first, let's just take a look at our butchers and our tailors, otherwise known as lunestas, linens and apparels. So we're going to take a look inside these as well. I've just added the odd thing. You can see I've hung some things in the window as well, which I thought was, kind of authentic, really. Those two are clipping through each other in a slightly annoying manner. They don't quite know which image to put in front of the other, but there you go. So obviously, in order to get those to hang those images there, I actually had to place and then remove I think I used a wood beam, but a wood plank will do the same, and then you can remove them from behind. So that's a trick I like to use a lot. So if we go into our butchers, this hasn't changed much, though of course I have added some storage. So I may have added some extra images since you last saw in the last episode, but I've also added some storage. So I've got a barrel there which hasn't got anything in it at the moment, but then the cupboard here, I have got some 3 storage crates, small storage crates, for placing meat in. So here's all the animals I butchered earlier. There we've got quite a lot of bacon. Annoyingly, bacon, well, generally meat doesn't stack that much. Bacon only stacks in 4s. The other meat doesn't stack at all, so we actually do need quite a lot of storage just to put that in. But obviously our butchers is the place to store that. And then, likewise in the tailors here, I have placed, yes folks, I hadn't forgotten, a loom and a spinning wheel, of course, and I've also placed storage in here as well for cloth. Haven't got ever so much of that yet. We've got hemp fibres there and some thread as well, and then in here, well, not a lot at the moment actually, and then I've got some sort of raw materials there as well. We've got some cotton, some wool and some hemp leaves, so that's sort of materials, raw materials in there. If we look around the back of the building, you can see I've now placed 2 chimney stacks, which, I can't see the top of them from here, but there we go. They're quite tall, obviously, and as I've said previously, these buildings here, these shops, are a little bit more recent than some of the other builds that we've done. When the farmhouse is really quite sort of Saxon age, whereas this is more 14th century, but we've got some nice fireplaces there. And if we look on the inside, both sides have got a fireplace on each floor to keep the inhabitants warm. After all, the windows may or may not have been glazed. They probably would have been with leaded lights, but we're going to have to get some sand before we can actually put some glazing on these windows. But fires, pretty essential to keep warm as well. So this is the living quarters, which you basically would have had somebody living above the shop, so probably a family or whatever living above the shop. So we've just got a fairly sparsely furnished apartment here with a shelf, some food preparation area and some storage. I've got a chest in there just to enable some storage there as well, and then the same kind of thing upstairs, really, with a fireplace and a little bit of furniture. So we've got some beds up here as well, but yeah, fairly basic really. And the next door sort of shop upstairs does not look too different, but I will show you that as well, because I have made it ever so slightly different. There we go. As is authentic, I find. There's even a little bit of food on the table there, courtesy of our wonderful, wonderful images. I do love making those. This is why I wanted to make the carpenters, really. There we go. And then we've got another little bedroom area here, but just one bed in this place. There we go, folks. So that is the shops finished as promised. There we are. So now what we're going to want to do is place some NPCs. Now before we do that, however, we're going to need to craft ourselves some clothing, because when you place an NPC, the NPC will be wearing what you are wearing. Now, at the moment, I did craft myself a pigskin, a water skin rather, and I've been hunting a lot of animals, as you see, found meat to put in the butchers there. Oh, there's one more thing I've done which I haven't shown you guys, which is that I have changed the market ever so slightly, so we can't put vegetables literally in here. So what I have done is place some items of storage next to or on, or in some cases kind of in, so that we can actually see what each of these stalls is providing us with. So this one's broccoli and lettuce, and there it is, fresh from the farm, of course. Corn and carrots here, so there's your corn, there's your carrots, and all, you see, I haven't actually put ever so much in each of these. Some of them, I think the farm is producing lots and lots of vegetables, but this is where it's coming, because we're not going to have a grocer's shop. Vegetables and fruits would have been placed on market stalls such as this, and for the moment I've got cooked meats in there, so if we need to eat some cooked meat there, I'm stashing it for the time being until we build our tavern. Oh yes, folks, we are going to build a tavern. That's going to be a build and a half. So there you go. So that is now looking a little bit less well, it's looking a little bit more cluttered now, which is what we want. It's a shame we can't put anything in these, but as I say, maybe we could put some images in there. I will look into doing that, because that would look cool. Actually, that would look pretty cool if we could do that. So I didn't think of that, but I will do that. I will look into doing that. So that's that finished. So now what we have to do is we have to craft some clothing for ourselves. So we're going to go to our tailors here. I must remember to leave doors shut so I don't end up with any more animals in here. It's quite annoying. I have to kill them then. There we go. So we'll go into our tailors here. We've got a loom here, of course. We've got various bits of fibre things. I have now fetched, I think, yeah, we go, some pig skins and cow hides and things, and put them in there, which is where I meant them to be. We're going to have a tannery as well, but we haven't got that yet. So for the moment, what we need to do is we need to get some fibres, probably. We'll take this. We need to get some cloth as well. We haven't got a ton of it, but there you go. And we'll see if we can make some clothing. We may need leather to make some of the clothing with. I can't remember. Leather, there you go. You need leather for that. But that one kind of bugs out on the female model at the moment anyway, so we'll probably want to avoid that. I'm not sure we want anybody wearing a poncho, but let's just make a few suitable looking clothing items. This we have already. Medieval shirt, leather. So I'm going to need to get some leather. I'm pretty sure we've got some somewhere. That also kind of bugs out, I think. That, yeah, I don't know. Do we want something like that as well? I'm probably going to have to get some leather, I think, to be able to do this. But we just want a few clothing options for our NPCs. Okay, so there we go. I've made myself an assortment of likely looking medieval items, so hopefully we're going to be able to spawn in some NPCs, and they should be dressed appropriately. Now, the way I'm dressed at the moment, I can see somebody on a market stall dressed in that. We're not going to put like loads of NPCs here. For the moment, I'll just try and put a couple. I'm a bit worried if I try and spawn one through here, they'll spawn kind of on top of the market stall or something stupid, and I'm not sure how to get them to sort of move. You can't currently make them move. You can stop them from moving by locking them in place, which is what we'll do, otherwise they'll be wandering around and it'd be quite annoying. Might have ultimately, provided we find out that they don't cause any problems and don't cause any lag or get in the way or anything like the animals tend to, we might let a few wander around, but goodness knows how far they wander, I don't know. But for now, let's see if we can spawn an NPC into here. So spawn NPC, and I think it's just that. And then, I can't spell dummy. Yeah, you see, I knew the flaming thing would do that. I knew that would happen. Right, so it's not locked into place at the moment. I have no idea if we can do anything about this thing. Can we kill them? Possibly we can. Yeah, we can. I'm sorry, folks. I didn't actually want to have to do that to this person. Inventory, nothing. Inventory, hide body. Right, so at least we know. That's pretty horrible, isn't it? But at least we know we can actually do that if we need to. We can actually get rid of them. Poor chap. Okay, well, let's try spawning him in here then. And let's see if that works. That's probably better, isn't it? Now, let's just make sure that he doesn't move. Right, he's now locked and isn't going to move. So let's see if we can set NPC skin. Is that the same? Ah, no, it needs to be all one. Set NPC skin. Okay. So we'll give this guy... The only name I'm going to give this guy at the moment is Stall Holder. There we go. Because if any of you guys want to be named after NPCs, then we will do that as well. I'm going to give this dude a bit... No, we don't want that really, do we? Or that. No way. Okay, let's have an actual beard. Don't know about that. Or that. Let's go for that. No, that one. There we go. Haircut. There we go. That looks better to me. And let's see. Let's give him some brown eyes. There we go. Okay, so that's our first stall holder. And I'm going to do the same thing around the other side. And they'll be called stall holder as well. But I'll maybe dress them slightly differently. So I'm going to put this onto myself for the time being. And I'm going to put these on my feet. There we go. And we're going to have a female stall holder over on this side. And we'll have her here facing in this direction. Okay, and let's lock pronto, and then this time female. There she is. Right, let's see. Her hair is probably about right. We'll have that hair there, I think, maybe. And then maybe we'll make her slightly auburn. And to give her fairer skin, because she should have fair skin. And possibly green eyes, or possibly grey. And I'm going to call her stall holder 2. There we go, because at the moment, she's basically, yeah, we just got a couple of stall holders here. I might place another one, but for the moment, we're just going to leave it with 2 of them there. There we go. And we're not allowing those to move. And then we need the same thing here. But again, I don't want these ones spawning on top of the counters. So we're going to have a butcher here. And what should our butcher be wearing, do we think? I can see our tailor wearing what we've got on at the moment. But I'm not sure what the butcher should wear. Perhaps our butcher should be dressed like this. They clip through a little bit, don't they? Maybe our butcher needs to be wearing leather trousers like that. Okay, I can go for that. Either that or a monk's robe, which doesn't probably look quite right, does it, for a butcher? Nope. Now, where's that one gone? Oh, blast, I have a horrible feeling he's got up here, look. Now, if only I could get you to follow me. He's running now, isn't he? Well, you would, wouldn't you? There we go. Okay. It really is terribly unfortunate to have to do this, but he spawned in a silly place, so what can I do? Okay, so this is probably going to be about as near as we can manage then, isn't it? There he is. Okay, and then make sure I'm looking at him. Lock NPC. You have to do that fairly quickly, otherwise he'll disappear. Set NPC, skin, and let's make this fella look a little bit less smooth as well. Haha. Nice. Okay, there he is, and we just called him Butcher for the time being. He's quite handsome, actually. Let's put the sword away. But we'll just call him Butcher for the time being because, yeah, he's, basically just the Butcher. Again, if anybody wants to put their name on the Butcher and indeed his butcher's shop, please do let me know, and we can do that. I think that's going to make this place. I don't know. I think it would be quite cool. That it's going to make this place nice and, nice and sort of a bit more immersive, if you like. Okay, so I'm going to make another one here. This, I think, the tailor, we probably don't want monk's robes on the tailor. There we go. We'll have this one. It's going to be our tailor, and I think maybe we'll have a female tailor. Alright, so let's have another female here. There she is. And we'll stick with that hair for the time being, I think. We'll give her... Yeah, maybe we'll just leave her the way she is. I might just make her hair a little darker. And this, of course, is Lunesta. There she is, Lunesta the tailor. So we may as well put in her profession as well. And then if she does happen to wander, she ain't going to. But we can unlock NPCs if we want to. We can unlock them and allow them to wander around. And guess these guys here, I don't know if they can open doors. That much I do not know. But yeah, if they can open doors, then you know, maybe they'll be wandering around properly. But it would be quite cool if they just wander around inside their houses, wouldn't it? So we're also going to make a smith and a carpenter. Now, I'd quite like to have my smith here in front of the anvil. I'm not entirely sure we have anything massively suitable for a smith to wear. We kind of need something that looks more or less like an apron, don't we? A smith's apron, but I don't know that we've got such a thing. And for the moment, of course, we're just going to call him Blacksmith. There we go. And there he is in front of his anvil. It's kind of a shame almost that you can't sort of, move them about a little bit more finely than that. And then our carpenter, I might just kind of put him here. Okay, I think we're going to keep this guy more or less as is. Let's just see what he looks like with red hair. He's not going to have blue hair, certainly. That would be weird. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. We'll give him that. He's got blue eyes. Yep. And we'll call him Carpenter. Until such time as he has a better name, he is Carpenter. There we go. And I will just close the door to prevent animals from getting in there as well. Fantastic. So we've got a fair few people around the place now. I think the one more I would like to place, I would like to place a farmer and perhaps a farmer's wife. So we'll have 2 NPCs down on the farm as well. Of course, we have a logger's cabin over there. We could perhaps make a woodsman too. But I'm really looking forward to being able to put a horse in there, a mount in there. So, not to be sort of sexist about things, it's just traditional. We'll have a farmer's wife in here, and we'll have a farmer out in the courtyard there, perhaps. Okay, so we'll have the female here. We'll make her blonde, or as blonde as she can get anyway. And we will call her Mrs. Farmer, as opposed to Mr. Farmer. There we go, and that's about as much as... Oh, perhaps I should change her hair, actually. And maybe we'll change her hairstyle. Perhaps not that. That one. There we go. She's got fairly long hair. Fabulous, there we go. And we'll place the farmer somewhere in the courtyard here, perhaps. Or in the orchard. And maybe we should give him the right to wander around and just see what he does. Let's do that. I'm going to close that gate. I will see if he can wander about. We might unlock Mrs. Farmer as well, possibly. But let's just see. Okay, let's see. What do we want to put our farmer in? Probably this. That. Possibly those. Possibly those. Okay. There he is. Okay. Set NPC skin. And this guy we will give a beard. There he's just wandered off, which is great. It means we can't actually see the guy. Okay, you'll do with that. And we're going to give your... Make your hair. You're going to make him look a little bit older. There we go. And we're going to call him Mr. Farmer. There we go, Mr. Farmer. Alright, so folks, we've set quite a lot of NPCs around this place. I'm just going to see if I can unlock Mrs. Farmer, actually, and allow her to wander around as well. So for this one, we do the same command, but with a 0 on the end of it. There she is, she's unlocked, so she's going to be able to wander around as well. So Mr. and Mrs. Farmer are both going to be able to just wander around. How much wandering they'll do, I don't honestly know, but we shall see. So there we go, folks. We've got a fair few NPCs around the place now, and if that all goes well, we will set some more also. I'll set some more stall holders. We'll have some more that can just wander about the place. But I would like to name all of them, so I would like some suggestions, folks. Oops, need to take a bit of a drink. There goes Mrs. Farmer. So if you guys have got suggestions about what to name our various characters, then let me know. Whether you want them named after yourselves, or if you just want to suggest a name for one of them. We've got a pair of farmers, Mr. and Mrs. We've got a butcher, we've got a tailor, already has a name. We have a blacksmith, and we have a carpenter, and we have a couple of stall holders as well. So please do give me suggestions for that, guys. And in the next episode, we will start with our next building project, and we'll probably staff our builds as we go from here on in. Okay, guys, so I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you have, you know what to do. Hit that like button and let me know, and also feel free as ever to give me your comments and suggestions, including those names. Keep them coming. So till the next episode, keep gaming, stay happy, and bye bye for now.